Right now, Wisconsin leaders hold a socially distanced Memorial Day ceremony outside the Capitol. And a look at a ceremony at Forest Hill Cemetery to honor the fallen.
This is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for being with us on this Memorial Day. Madison's Memorial Day ceremony has been conducted at the state capitol now for decades. But this year, COVID-19 canceled it. As Gabriella Becerra shares, our veterans continue to honor the fallen.
Today's Memorial Day ceremony wasn't the one that Madison veterans had planned for, but they wanted to do something to remember the men and women who put their lives on the line so that we could live ours. The Madison Veterans Council and the Sons of Union Veterans Henry Hardin Camp 2 organized a brief ceremony at Soldiers Rest and Union Rest at Forest Hill Cemetery. Attendees wore masks and spread out across the lawn to remember the courage of those who gave all.
With the firing squad and the TAPS, which TAPS is real hard on a lot of people, including myself, because of the memories. But sometimes sad memories are good memories. They bring back what you're really thinking about the people, the good things.
For those who couldn't make it to a ceremony today, these veterans recommend a moment of silent meditation or prayer to remember those who have served. No matter where you are today, no matter the circumstance, take a moment to remember how many blessings we do have, many of those because of the very men and women we are remembering today. At Forest Hill Cemetery, I'm Gabriella Becerra, News 3 Now.
The Madison Veterans Council plans to return to the state capitol for Veterans Day and next Memorial Day. Today, the Wisconsin Department of Military Affairs held a ceremony outside the Capitol where Wisconsin leaders honored those who made the ultimate sacrifice.
Our entire nation, including men and women in uniform, past and present, understand the courage and sacrifice of the heroes we honor today. We celebrate their legacy, their honor, their bravery, and as we reflect on their sacrifice, we make a solemn promise that they will never be forgotten. And that is what Memorial Day is all about.
And Governor Tony Evers read a stanza from America the Beautiful. Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes and Department of Military Affairs Secretary Mary Kohler also spoke. The Wisconsin Veterans Museum has a website set up to remember the fallen that includes historic images and music from the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Go to wisvetsmuseum.com. The Cross Plains Chamber of Commerce, local businesses and organizations partnered together to find ways to safely honor fallen heroes today. New this year, they organized a no-contact collection drive at the American Legion to show care and concern for one another during the pandemic. Local Boy Scouts, veterans, and volunteers collected donations of essential items like hygiene and other essential products for the Black Earth Food Pantry.
It's awesome because right now we're living in uncertain times and things are a little harder for us to get together and show each other support. But events like this still show that we're here together and that we're working together as a community to try to help each other out.
Today is Memorial Day. It's just if the people remember the people that gave their lives so we have what we have today and are even able to do what we're doing now, even though it may be a little harder times. We wouldn't be able to do this if they hadn't given their lives for our freedom.
Due to the pandemic, Cross Plains residents were sad to have to cancel their community parade and picnic, but the American Legion was able to hold memorials in local cemeteries. They also had a caravan of first responders go through neighborhoods with displays of the names of the fallen. Across the country, Americans are holding virtual or limited ceremonies instead of the typical parades and in-person gatherings to honor the nation's fallen heroes. There was no audience for Virginia's Memorial Day ceremony at the state's War Museum, but it was streamed virtually. The U.S. Navy band put on a unique virtual performance. Service members wore masks at an event in Houston with special acknowledgement for the National Guard on the front lines of COVID-19.
We want to be grateful today, we want to be thankful today, and we want to be hopeful today.
In the nation's capital, retired Marine Staff Sergeant Tim Chambers wrapped up his vigil, bringing awareness to veteran suicides. He stood at attention at the intersection of Constitution Avenue and 23rd Street Northwest for 24 hours. Hopefully you had a chance to get outside today after a shower or two popped up this morning. Let's get your first warn forecast. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary.
Well, Eric, this Memorial Day weekend pretty much has gone as planned. We thought there'd be more showers and thunderstorms on Saturday, and we did. We had some severe weather. But yesterday and today generally have been rain-free, although there have also been some showers and thunderstorms at times. You can see a visible cloud track. Sunshine right now, but there are thunderstorms to our south and to our north. On high-resolution Doppler radar, things pretty quiet around here, but some light showers starting to develop in northern Illinois with some thunderstorms just behind it. Those will move in here later on tonight, and there actually is a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms for tonight and tomorrow, but hail and gusty winds would be the main threat if one of those stronger storms did pop up. Temperatures right now are in the lower to middle 80s, Madison at 82, Janesville 84, but with dew point temperatures in the middle 60s, it actually feels like temperatures are a couple of degrees warmer, mainly in the mid to upper 80s, the heat index. Temperatures will drop into the upper 60s by tomorrow morning with some scattered shower and thunderstorm chances overnight. Tomorrow, the best chances for storms will be in the afternoon with a high temperature of 83. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes a break in the heat and humidity toward the end of the week.
Gary, thank you. Public health officials confirmed 14 new coronavirus cases in Dane County today. Since the start of the pandemic, 615 residents have tested positive, 26 have died. About 60% of the patients in Dane County have fully recovered, and that new data comes one day before Dane County plans to enter phase 1 of its reopening plan. Our Amanda Quintana joins us now with what that means. Amanda?
Phase 1 is effective at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, so all businesses can reopen then, but at 25% capacity. This means restaurants, gyms, salons, and retail shops, each of them following public health requirements and physical distancing still. Many businesses have their own rules for reopening. For example, waiting in your car until your haircut appointment. Dane County will stay in phase 1 for at least 14 days because that's the amount of time it could take to develop symptoms once exposed to the virus. Here's what it would take to move to phase 2. More than half of these metrics must be green, and the percent of positive tests and the cases per day, those can't be red. Phase 2 would open up schools and summer programs and open offices, stores, and restaurants at 50% capacity. When public health officials announced the move to phase 1 last week, they said in reality we could be in phase 1 for longer than 14 days, saying while the phase has changed, the virus has not.
Amanda, thank you. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services reports 362 new cases today. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel reporting that is the lowest one-day increase we have seen in a week. In total, there are 15,662 confirmed cases statewide, 514 deaths. 4.1% of new tests came back positive today. That's down from 5.5% yesterday. Across the country, we've topped 98,000 deaths now, and we're quickly approaching that 100,000 mark as all 50 states are now partially reopened. At least 1.6 million Americans have been infected with the virus. Demonstrators against social distancing restrictions rallied in North Carolina, some without masks, just a day after crowds of people swarmed beaches, boardwalks, and pools over the Memorial Day holiday weekend.
It's scary to see the fact that no one's really doing the social distancing, the masks.
Nobody really want to think about the COVID-19 when they're out having a good time.
Officials with the World Health Organization say there may be a second peak in the first wave of the outbreak. President Trump marking Memorial Day with not one but two different events today. The White House is increasing the president's public schedule as he pushes for America to reopen. Natalie Brand with more details from the White House.
President Trump honored the military as well as those who have lost their lives as a result of the coronavirus during a Memorial Day ceremony in Baltimore.
We mourn alongside every single family that has lost loved ones, including the families of our great veterans.
He also praised the service members who've been called to duty during the pandemic.
Tens of thousands of service members and National Guardsmen are on the front lines of our war against this terrible virus, caring for patients, delivering critical supplies, and working night and day to safeguard our citizens.
Earlier in the day, dignitaries practiced social distancing as the president laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier.
President Trump has stepped up his trips outside of the White House as he pushes governors to reopen the country, and he's now indicating he wants an in-person Republican National Convention this August.
Monday morning, the president insisted North Carolina's Democratic governor give the RNC an answer about if his state will be open by then, or he threatened to find a new site.
If needs be, moving the National Convention to a state that is farther along on reopening and can say with confidence that we can gather there.
Democratic leaders have not yet said if they will still hold an in-person convention in Milwaukee this August. Joe Biden, the presumptive nominee, made his first public appearance since the lockdowns began when he visited a memorial in his home state of Delaware. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
The Democratic National Convention had been scheduled for July, of course, in Milwaukee, but DNC officials made the decision in April to delay it until August because of the pandemic. Still ahead on News 3 Now at 5, Hollywood uncertain about the future of those big summertime releases. Some are delayed, while others are moving to streaming services. We'll have the story coming up.
Save at Wild Easttown Honda on over 400 new Hondas with 0% financing for up to 72 months. Save with 0% financing on your favorite new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
Against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten. And I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
Wells Asphalt Paving, expert paving for over 40 years. Now offering $250 off your asphalt paving project. For residential and commercial, from new construction to replacements. Call today and save at Wells Asphalt Paving.
Your eyes are everything. They're how you see the world and connect with others. At Shopko Optical, your eyes are everything to us too. Which is why we offer everything to help you see better and to look better. A huge selection of designer frames, convenient locations, and experienced optometrists. We're Shopko Optical. You'll see.
All right, I brought in Ensure Max Protein to give you the protein you need with less of the sugar you don't. I'll take that.
30 grams of protein and 1 gram of sugar. Ensure Max Protein. Now available in 12 count. Stock up today.
Right now at Wild Easttown Honda, sign and drive a new all-wheel drive CR-V for $299. That's $299 with 0 down, 0 first payment, and 0 due at start at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison.
Tonight on News 3 Now at 6, Gary Canalti will let us know if this summer-like weather will continue for the rest of the work week and honoring those who paid the ultimate price. A look at the local and nationwide ceremonies on this first-of-its-kind Memorial Day.
For the latest coronavirus reports and breaking news, watch News 3 Now and go to Channel 3000 to sign up for our daily email newsletter. Get the facts and tips to keep your family safe. News 3 Now, your local coronavirus headquarters.
Broadfest is usually on Memorial Day weekend, of course. This year couldn't happen in person, but the fundraising is still happening online. It kicked off on Friday. You can purchase a virtual brat, soda, or beer. Now, you don't actually get the food, but it is a kind and fun way to donate, just like you're at the festival. Last year, the festival donated $105,000 to 120 nonprofits. Now, just 3 days into the virtual fundraiser, it's raised $28 grand, and Metcalf's has matched that, adding up to more than half of last year's total. It'll run online through next weekend, or you can donate in store through June. A local artist is putting some of his downtime to good use using some of his creativity. He's making sure children and even adults can keep their creative juices flowing while at home. Ryan Ebert is from Fort Atkinson. He created a series of Fort Atkinson themed coloring pages. They feature local events, many of which have been canceled due to coronavirus, as well as area landmarks. In addition, Ebert made cutout wooden fish and dinosaurs that can be painted and then donated it all to the local library to be distributed for free.
I'd say the cutouts I donated to the library took me at least a solid day of cutting them out and sanding them down a little bit. The coloring pages probably took me about a week worth of drawing on my Wacom tablet, making digital illustrations to make those out. So.
He says in total about 60 wooden cutouts have been donated to the library and more than 150 coloring pages, all of which are now available for curbside pickup. Memorial Day typically kicks off the blockbuster season at the box office, but as Chris Martinez reports, the coronavirus pandemic has Hollywood studios unsure about the future of their big summer releases.
Kids may use the same.
Even as much of the country slowly begins to reopen, most movie theaters remain shut down. Bad news for an industry hoping to cash in on the summer season.
How big of a loss is this for the studios?
I mean, it's sort of immeasurable.
Variety magazine's Matt Donnelly says the coronavirus pandemic has left Hollywood's summer blockbusters up in the air. Some, like Marvel's Black Widow, have been postponed for months. Others, like the latest Fast and Furious flick, moved all the way to next year.
But you're talking about films that are built to potentially gross up to $1 billion worldwide.
It's income theaters and studios rely on, and the loss comes at a time when customer loyalty seems fragile. A recent survey found 70% of moviegoers would prefer to watch a new release from home, while only 13% prefer the theater. Fire! Just last week, the Tom Hanks World War II drama Greyhound dropped its June theater plans and will instead release on Apple TV+.
I think it's a pretty sort of deadly forecast for what the theater owners here in the U.S. are up against.
Still, at least one studio is moving ahead with their summer plans for now. Warner Brothers intends to release Christopher Nolan's Tenet on July 17th, hoping to jumpstart the box office. Industry experts say if it is released, the film's success or failure could signal if other would-be blockbusters will ultimately see the light of summer. Chris Martinez, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Now, Warner Brothers says it has contingency plans for Tenet if theaters aren't fully open by July and could move the release date to August or beyond. All right, it's a holiday. We need those grills fired up tonight. We need some good weather to do it. Here's Gary with the latest.
I think the next couple of hours will be okay, but you can see down to the south across northern Illinois, these thunderstorms that are starting to blossom, but they're moving more toward the northeast, so they may miss much of southern Wisconsin. We'll probably see more development. In fact, we're already seeing that over parts of southern Iowa. That will head northeastward, and we'll see those showers and thunderstorms later on tonight. Right now, pretty quiet across southern Wisconsin, but here are those thunderstorms down to the south, a few more in Iowa, drifting more toward the north and northeast. It's not out of the question there could be an isolated strong to severe thunderstorm. The Storm Prediction Center has a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms, with hail and gusty winds being the main threat. That's also the case for tomorrow, especially north and west of Madison. But otherwise, it's just the heavier rainfall that's a possibility. But even there, it's going to be very spotty. So if you add up the rain over the next 3 days through early Friday morning, we're probably looking at generally around an inch to an inch and a half of rain over southern Wisconsin over that 3-day period. There'll be some heavier amounts. Some areas could pick up 2 or 3 inches in a heavier thunderstorm, but that'll be the exception rather than the rule. So 3 things you need to know about the forecast. The warm and muggy weather will continue at least through Thursday. We'll see shower and thunderstorm chances also through Thursday, but beginning on Friday and lasting into next weekend, cooler and less humid weather arrives along with bright sunshine, so very nice weather expected for next weekend. Temperatures right now mainly in the 80s across southern Wisconsin, 70s in the northern part of the state. They're having some showers and thunderstorms there, and of course cooler near Lake Superior. Superior right now only at 54 degrees. But notice the upper level winds basically from south to north. So now we're starting to get that flow of moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and that's why we've been seeing more showers and thunderstorms. But with the cold air supply cut off to the north, we're not seeing a big temperature contrast. That's why we're not seeing a lot in the way of severe thunderstorms. It's mainly just these pop-up thunderstorms. So once the warm weather got here on Saturday, and that's when we had the severe thunderstorms and the first surge came through, now it's just more of the heavier rain threat, and it's going to be spotty in nature. But also you can see plenty of dry patches in between. So these are not all-day rains. And right now the warmest air is south of the stationary front and east of the stationary front. Farther to the west, it's actually a little bit cooler. Notice temperatures in the 60s through the Dakotas, even down into Kansas, some 50s there in western Kansas, while the warmest air is centered right over our part of the country in the low to mid 80s, even some upper 80s to the south. And the dew point temperatures now have climbed into the 60s, well into the 60s, even as far north as the upper peninsula of Michigan. And remember, about a week and a half ago, they were looking at some snow. So as we look at future track, you can see things pretty quiet for the most part, except for these spotty showers and thunderstorms. That'll be the case, especially tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Then maybe a break. And then again on Wednesday, we'll see some more shower and thunderstorms popping up in the afternoon. And we'll probably see that happen one more time on Thursday. Then that stationary front starts to drift in as a cold front. We'll see showers and thunderstorms on Thursday. Behind it, that's the cooler and less humid weather, which is starting to develop to the north and west, that'll be here as we head into the weekend. So for tomorrow, high of 83, warm and humid. Best chances for showers and thunderstorms will be in the afternoon. On Future Track, you can see some shower and thunderstorm chances overnight. Then tomorrow, best chances in the afternoon into the evening. Tomorrow night, things kind of wind down a little bit, and then those showers and storms pop back up again on Wednesday with highs again in the lower 80s. Rainfall amounts generally about 1 inch to 1.5 inches, but that's all the way through early Friday morning. 7 to 10 day forecast. Temperatures stay warm through Thursday, and then you can see that break in the heat and humidity. Highs lower 70s, lots of sunshine, and notice the nighttime low temperatures in the upper 40s, but the warm weather returns next week, so it's just a little bit of a cool down right in time for next weekend. As we take a look at first alert traffic, of course, it's the end of the Memorial Day weekend. Normally it'd be very busy. This is the live view from the DOT camera at County Highway S and I-3990 through the construction zone. Even there, you can see traffic moving pretty steadily. Not seeing any problems on the Beltline, although there is a traffic accident eastbound on the Beltline at Southtown Drive, and then also a stalled vehicle right at the I-39 Badger interchange. And then as far as traffic south of Madison, seeing a little bit of a problem with a stalled vehicle on I-3990, but otherwise traffic moving pretty close to this posted speed limits south of Madison, and also north and west heading up toward the Dells or in central Wisconsin. That is your News 3 Now First Warn traffic.
All right, actually good to see the traffic report back, Gary. Good to see that. All right, if you're looking to tackle a home improvement project, Consumer Reports with some tips on where to find the best deals for a new splash of paint. That's just ahead.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Take a break from cooking at home and order takeout from your local Monk's Bar and Grill. Monk's is offering curbside pickup takeout service for your safety and convenience during these difficult times. Visit monksbarandgrill.com for takeout menus and online ordering.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
The way you get through hard times is to hold strong to your values. At Group Health Cooperative, our common values have sustained us for over 4 decades. Now is no different. We are here, in our clinics, but we want you to be safer at home. That's why GHC has more ways for you to get care anywhere, anytime, day or night. Be seen, be safe, be home. We will get through this together, and we will all get better together.
For almost 50 years, we've built trust within our communities by making customer delight our top priority. That trust allows us to improve lives one home at a time. During this challenging time, we want to make sure your needs are being met without stress by offering 2-for-1 windows with no interest and no payments for 1 year. So go ahead, visit us online, or call now from the comfort of home.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
Everybody and everything has been impacted by the recent market crash. But what if your retirement portfolio wasn't? It could be possible with the right kind of planning. So if you're worried about your retirement income, discover how Retirement Income Strategies can help. Call today, 608-208-1800. Make sure you know all your options. Call now to schedule your conference call with Retirement Income Strategies. 608-208-1800.
Engines are restarting, park is shifting to drive. So we're offering 0% financing for 72 months and no payments for 120 days. Plus the freedom to shop and buy online. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram will help you drive forward.
Or now during the Jeep Memorial Day sales event. With employee pricing, get $5,611 below MSRP on the purchase of a 2020 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited.
Take a break from cooking at home and order takeout from your local Monk's Bar and Grill. Monk's is offering curbside pickup takeout service for your safety and convenience during these difficult times. Visit monksbarandgrill.com for takeout menus and online ordering.
If you're feeling antsy at home, painting is a quick project you can tackle yourself. And now, some home centers and paint manufacturers are offering delivery services that include everything you need. News 3 Now's Josh Sprider and Consumer Reports share tips and tricks for nailing your DIY paint project.
And then I'm pulling down the paint.
Painting can transform a space, which makes it particularly enticing for the millions of people socially distancing inside their homes. If you haven't tackled it on your own before, Consumer Reports has some painting pointers. First, start off with a good paint and a good brush. CR recommends Behr Premium Plus from Home Depot, a best buy for $31 a gallon. For latex paint, use a brush with nylon bristles.
Bristles should be nice and stiff to make sure that they spread the paint evenly, and then you want to be able to tug at it to make sure the bristles don't fall off, because you don't want to find any of those bristles in your paint.
Small angled sash brushes from 1 to 2.5 inches are best for trim. For cutting in around doorways and ceilings, use a 2.5-inch angled sash brush. The angle allows you to make a sharp line and access corners. And for painting wide, flat surfaces like walls or siding, a 3 to 4-inch flat brush will do the best job. For walls and ceilings, use a roller.
For most interior painting projects, we recommend using a short nap roller about 1/4 inch deep, and to result in less splatter while still providing you with a smooth, thick coat.
You can also tackle outdoor projects like fences and front doors. Depending on where you shop, CR recommends this Behr Premium Plus Ultra Exterior from Home Depot or Clark & Kensington Exterior from Ace. With this Consumer Reports, I'm Josh Sprider for News 3 Now.
Consumer Reports says it's always a good idea to keep leftover paint for your future touch-ups. They have a full list of tips and tricks on their website. And stay with us. We'll have a final check of your Memorial Day first warn forecast just a moment.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Save at Wild Easttown Honda on over 400 new Hondas with 0% financing for up to 72 months. Save with 0% financing on your favorite new Hondas at Wild Easttown Honda in Madison. It's gotta be wild.
This week, you're going to get more at the Brothers Made Memorial Day Super Sale. Get in now with more savings on more brands like Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, and Amana. Right now, improving your home is more convenient at Maine with up to 18-month 0% financing. And we make getting more easy with expert delivery free and our risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. The Memorial Day Super Sale for more selection, more savings, and more satisfaction. It all ends Monday at the Brothers Made, your local store for more since 1938.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
Against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten. And I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Who am I?
Wow, is that really me?
Under eye bags and wrinkles are so frustrating. I came across Plexiderm and I was so excited. We have a model. All he's doing is taking a small amount. It's so powerful. That's all it takes. Tightens the skin and smooths it out. Gently rub it underneath your eyes, on your fine lines and wrinkles, and it visibly disappears in as little as 10 minutes. On this Memorial Day, we're offering Plexiderm at 50% off our retail price.
You know, I felt something happening, but I had no idea. Like, I have so many dark circles, I have the puffiness, I have the lines. Like, it's amazing.
Holy words I can't say on camera. I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. Feels great. Looks even better.
Try Plexiderm at 50% off our retail price this Memorial Day and see it work for yourself. Your solution is at plexiderm.com or call the number on your screen.
Though challenges surround us, life still goes on. There's still time to dream. Still plans to be made. And if you're retiring soon, still deadlines to be met. We talk with people every day who need to replace their employer benefits when they retire. We can answer your questions too, so you can feel good about the decisions you make. For a retirement benefits checklist, visit us online or call Physicians Mutual Insurance Company today.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Right now at Wild East Town Honda, sign and drive a new all-wheel drive CRV for $299. That's $299 with zero down, zero first payment, and zero due at start at Wild East Town Honda in Madison.
Coming up on the CBS Evening News, as large crowds gather over the Memorial Day weekend, will they lead to a spike in coronavirus cases? Plus, what you can do to protect yourself as the summer unofficially begins. And our series, Profiles in Service, an exclusive interview with the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Norah O'Donnell visits Arlington National Cemetery with the nation's top military officer. How he's honoring military families and the troops who made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. That's all tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Of course, graduating from college is a big deal, but it's an even bigger deal for Jack Rico because he's 13 years old. That makes him the youngest graduate at Fullerton College in California. He now has 4 associate's degrees under his belt. He's not stopping there. He's headed to the University of Nevada, full scholarship to get a bachelor's degree in history. Jack says he's not sure what he'll be doing with his degrees and doesn't want to rush his decision. He says he just wants to focus on learning because that's what he loves to do. Looks like a young Gary Canalti getting ready to conquer the world.
Why, isn't he studying meteorology at some point?
Oh, he wants the future, Gary.
Okay. He could end up like me. Yeah.
What are we looking at here with the rest of the evening?
Well, we have the possibility for some thunderstorms over the next couple of days. Storm Prediction Center still has a marginal risk across pretty much the entire state today and north and west of Madison for tomorrow. Hail and gusty winds the main threats, but you can see these clusters of storms down to our south will be working in here later on tonight. Temperatures right now low to mid 80s with dew point temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. So we're seeing heat index values in the mid to upper 80s. For tomorrow, look for shower and thunderstorm chances to be highest in the afternoon with a high of 83. And then you can see those temperatures cooling off for the weekend and warming up next week.
I love that forecast. Gary, thanks. We'll be back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News coming your way next. Stay tuned.